Today we're in Salem, Ohio at the Salem Super Cruise, downtown Salem, huh?
This is always a good one.
Oh, yeah.
And we came down here last year, we got a little rain, and of course
Guess
we're here.
what?
We're getting the rain. We were
rain.
going to come down on Friday, and we should have because it was a lot nicer.
Yeah,
but
I
still,
suggested it.
yeah, well, we won't mention that.
No, Greg suggested it. But the Super Cruise is so nice. Nighttime is just phenomenal down here, and there's so many cars, and everybody's just up and down the roads, and the parking lots are full.
And this isn't just one parking lot. This is the whole downtown Salem.
Yeah.
I'm talking, how many streets? 20, 25 streets, all the way from down the Stadium GM, all the way up the road, and it's just packed when you can't even walk down.
A lot of unique stuff here tonight. A lot of stuff that I'm not familiar with, you're not familiar with.
And you're going to see that because we got a couple unique things. I'm not going to give it away until you watch the show, but one car in the racing circuit back in the 60s is here, and it's really interesting.
Very, very.
And what else do we got coming up here?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Trucks and cars.
Just
and
everything.
People. And we even have a dog.
Yeah, it might tie into what we're going to show you too. Yeah. So what are we going to do to start this off? What are we going to do?
What are we going to do? Go inside and check it
out.
Okay, with me here I have the event coordinator, Jason Morrow. Hi, Jason, how's it going?
Hi, Rick. Hi, Rick. Hey, good what you guys do. Thanks for coming out here to Salem.
No problem, no problem. How long you guys been doing this now?
Well, car shows, in Mahoning Valley Corvettes have been here since 1962.
Okay.
Mahoning Valley. And what we do here in Salem, Ohio, this is the first time we're taking over a city.
Yeah.
We've always done, traditionally people around here know that Greenwood and Austintown, we do a show there, Greenwood
Right.
Chevrolet.
We've been there a couple times. Yeah.
Well, that's a parking lot.
Yeah.
This is a whole city, so this is a whole new ball game. So luckily, because we have car people in our club, I know we're a Corvette club, but what happens down here in the city of Salem, every locally owned business gets involved. They
Right.
give us things that you wouldn't find in any other city. They open up their arms to us. They let us use their parking lots.
Well, you bring enough people in. Heck, last night I was here, this place was packed.
Yeah.
And then later it got, the more cars come through, start cruising, and
Exactly,
it was pretty neat.
and it's all about organization, and like I said, we bring that nonprofit car show experience to the city and making sure people come in here because they are coming here not just to see some pretty cool cars, but great attractions too. Where they're also donating to the Second Harvest Food Bank, which is a great cause as well.
Very good cause, yes. When do you air the show? When do you do this show every year? Is there a certain time? Is there
Salem Super Cruise?
Yeah, the Super Cruise.
It's usually always that first weekend in June. That's what it's
June,
traditionally
okay.
has been, and we try to stretch it out over those 4 days, which has worked great for us because you get a different variety of cars, different variety of people. People have different work schedules. Some people work 2 jobs, but other people also make this their vacation this weekend.
Sure.
And it's great because I look at this show as the official start to the car show cruising season.
So if we wanted to get in touch with the Super Cruise on the internet, what would we look up?
SalemSuperCruise.com.
And it has the list of all the stuff going on?
Everything.
When does it start? Thursday through?
Thursday through Sunday. Cruising usually kicks off here at 10 a.m. every day. And we also have many of the attractions are always open to everybody.
Bands, food, and plenty of good-looking cars, right?
Oh yeah, the best cars ever made, and I don't know if we'll ever see anything like these cars, but I appreciate everybody coming out.
With me, I have Brian Bear with his 66 Corvette 427 turbojet. How's it going?
Oh, fabulous, fabulous.
What kind of wax you use on this thing?
Nature, natural wax, natural 40 years wax.
What do we got here? This thing's...
It's a 1966 427 390 horse car. It's set outside for 40 years.
Yeah.
Set outside from Michigan from 71 to 83. And then from 83 to 2011 up in Conneaut, Ohio.
Just they sat it outside?
Sat outside underneath a pine tree, and I ended up getting it from doing favors 20 years ago. The wife of the guy that owned it, she remembers from high school, and that's how we ended up getting it. Doing favors for her when she was a queen driving around cars.
Jeez.
So,
are you going to fix her up or just leave it like this?
Mechanical wise, it's all brand new. From the motor to the transmission, it's brand new internal. So wherever we put the it's ready to go to California and back, no problem.
Wow.
But we left all the patina alone and all the originality of the car of 40 years. You can't replace 40 years of use.
Lucky it was fiberglass. It didn't really rust on
away,
you. Yeah, the
but
interior,
it's set underneath a pine tree. If you look at heavy pine trees, there's no grass growing underneath them. They preserve
Luckily,
preserve the underneath.
The frame was okay and everything?
Solid enough, yeah.
Wow, wow.
So it just... we drive about 500 miles a year. My wife rides with me, and nice sunny days, I look at her, she's sleeping. It's quiet, it rides beautiful.
Wow.
But the more you drive the car, the better off it is. So the wife motor wasn't working. We started driving the car, it started working. Just so I tell my customers and all that, we have to drive the cars 500 miles a year to preserve them, keep them alive. But this one here is just it's an eye catcher, something different.
What do you think this is worth all fixed up? Say shiny, bright, and
if
everything?
If you fix them up, restore them all, they're bringing like around to 60 to 70,000.
Okay.
So, but I just enjoy this car.
Is it worth more like this than fixed up?
To me it is.
To you,
yeah. It is.
Some people like the original barn finds, and it's worth a lot to them. It's only original once, they say.
Yeah, it takes 30 years to get this way. And I tell the guys, I own this car. I tell it what I'm going to do. My other show cars, they own me. They tell me, oh, it's going to rain today, you're not taking me out. So I enjoy this car.
I got a car like that at home.
Yeah. This is just fabulous here today with all the people and all the cars. Everybody's a car person. So.
Oh yeah. There's always a different story behind every car, which is nice.
It's nice. Yes.
All right. So what do you own? You own
Bear's Corvette.
Okay.
My dad established the company in 1970. We manufacture over 400 items for the 63 to 82 cars. Have 10 full-time employees, and we specialize in this body style.
Okay.
So
62 to 82.
63 to 82. Yep.
Okay.
The C2, C3 generation cars.
Okay. Sounds good.
And we just enjoy what we do up there, and anybody can walk in, go through my shop, and see my car collection.
Right. With me, standing in front of this 56 Mack truck, Braden Tucker. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. And you guys are into Diesel trucks.
Vintage trucks, vintage semi-trucks, yes we are.
How'd you get into that?
Well, ever since I was a little kid, I loved vintage trucks. I grew up in the Steel Valley, used to watch trucks hauling iron up and down the road. And as things progressed, trucks changed, but I kind of stuck with the old stuff. And now grew up, wasn't blessed enough to be a doctor or a lawyer or a TV guy.
Hey, you don't have to do that.
So we buy these old trucks and we kind of renovate them. We flip them, find homes for them, restore them, whatever.
And you call yourself what?
Dying Breed Diesels.
Dying Breed Diesels. Okay, that sounds cool. How many members do you have? Are you a group or what?
We are not a group. We like to refer ourselves as a vintage truck family, but we do operate a Facebook page that's closing in on 70,000 members.
Wow.
We add roughly 50 to 100 members a day, and we're throughout over 100 countries.
How did they get your name and everything? How do you get it out there?
Social media.
That's it.
Social media, then honestly hitting shows like the Salem Super Cruise.
All right, and you're worldwide then, basically.
Yeah, we really are.
Great.
We've shipped trucks worldwide too.
Wow.
We really do.
What do you fix them up and sell them?
We fix them up, or we'll sell them the way they are. But yeah, we usually get them back, get them running, make sure they like that. People want to buy projects, people want to buy turnkey, whatever. We try to accommodate what the customer wants.
That's amazing. You wouldn't. I'm not into that, so you wouldn't think there's that many people interested in the old diesel trucks.
Sort of an underground thing right now, but just like Salem Super Cruise, they were gracious enough to let us be a part of this, and they kind of bring it a little more mainstream.
Sure. You need a big area for the trucks, right? A
you
big
do.
building or in a big area.
You do, yeah.
And big tools.
Yes, big tools.
I got little tools for my cars. You guys, I can't imagine some of the tools on these, especially these old 56s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you got a group of them here today. What do we got going on here?
This one here is a 1956 Mack B40.
V40?
B as in boy.
B, okay. I was gonna say V40. Wow.
Purchased this truck in upstate New York over the internet. Had it shipped from New York to Ohio. It was a gas job, and there was no compression in the engine. Hard to find parts for a gas job Mack, but the body was so gorgeous, so solid, I did not want to scrap the truck, so we had our mechanic put a DT 360 International diesel in it and an Allison automatic. It's for my father-in-law Jim to drive around. We just make a driver out of it.
That sounds good. Wow, these things are huge.
Yeah.
How long do these last? Say you got a diesel engine. How long is there an average mileage you get out of those things?
Older ones, they tend to be 500,000, 750,000 before you do an overhaul. But now, as technologies come in, trucks will get over 1 million miles before they need overhaul.
Before you need overhaul. Wow.
That requires maintenance, though.
Right.
The maintenance work.
Right. And why diesel over gas?
Why diesel in the trucks?
Yeah.
More torque. More torque compression. You have a lot of weight you're pulling.
Right.
There's household goods, building products, steel, whatever. And normally you see a tractor and trailer going up and down the road, you're looking at 80,000 pounds moving on 18 wheels. So you need a lot of power, a lot of torque.
Let's go around some of these trucks you got sitting out here. What do we got here?
1973 Mack U700. It has a V8 3¼ Mack V8 turboed. Has a triplex transmission and 44,000 pound on camelback. Under these specifications, there was only 103 of these U700s built, and this is number 43 out of that production line. So we just freshly got it out of the shop. I purchased it off another collector. It had a really shoddy paint job on it, and it was the wrong color, so we took it back, put it in the shop, and painted it its correct color.
It smells fresh.
Yeah,
It smells fresh as can be. Hey, what's something like this new cost? Say you're going to go buy a Mack truck nowadays. What are we up at? 150,000?
Yeah, right around there.
I'm just guessing. This is all new ground for me. I'm not too familiar with these trucks at all.
Yep, you're up in there. Absolutely.
And that's with the sleeper and all that.
With the sleeper and everything. The sleeper, under the new emissions and everything, you're looking probably $150,000, $160,000 for a truck.
Yeah. Okay, we're standing in front of, what year is this?
1984.
This is one of one.
One of one. Special built for PPG race team for the Indy 500 series in 1984, which they had 3 tractors that I know of involved in that, but this was the only one built like this. And they ran it around to the racetrack.
So if you're at the racetrack, I hung around Mid-Ohio a little bit in Cleveland Grand Prix and stuff like that. These guys were here with this truck towing these cars in, right?
Yes, I have pictures of this truck when it was new under the PGT ownership or PPG ownership, I should say.
So how did you end up with this?
I actually seen a picture of it online. Somebody posted on a web or a Facebook page, and I kind of zoomed in and seen that the current company wasn't far from me, so I kind of looked them up on the internet, gave him a call and said, "Do you have this truck?" He said, "Yeah, it's sitting over here in the weeds." So I drove out, looked at the truck, and it's exactly sitting in the weeds. And I said, "I'd really like to purchase this truck." He said, "I don't want to get it fired up for you." I said, "Give me a number, see if we get together." He gave me a number and purchased the truck, took it home,
Great.
got her running.
Well, it's got a lot of history behind it, huh?
Sure does.
It's got a sleeper in it and everything, huh?
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah. Okay, Bray, what do we got here? Another Mac.
Another Mac, 1966 U600. Belongs to a friend of mine, part of the Dying Breed family. Name's Jay Kiefer. He's out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. He come up to join us for the Salem Street Super Cruise.
You guys get a lot of attention with these?
We do.
Do you?
Yeah, a lot of
It's
fun.
something you don't usually see, you know, and it's pretty neat.
And-
I'm not familiar with these at all. You know, it's like French. I don't know French. I don't know Mack trucks or any big trucks.
Well, in fact, even on the large trucks show circuit, very rarely do you see a U model. But we have two of them packed in this little alley today, as you've seen. So
All right.
it's pretty neat to get them together.
So you guys are collectors just like car collectors.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Braden from Dying Breed Diesels, thank you very much for your time, buddy.
Thank you.
You're watching Street Scene.
Welcome to Tech Tips. Today we have a different angle on Tech Tips, and we got artist, we'll call you auto artist, auto designer, Gary Campese from Cornersburg, Ohio. Welcome, Gary.
Thanks. Nice to be here.
Yeah, welcome. This is really neat. This is all going to be new to us. We've never really did an artist before. We did Guy Shively once, but he's a different type of artist, pinstriping and stuff like that. You design and make cars and draw cars. So when they contact you and everything, do you have a flat rate that you charge them, or how does that work?
It's just like anything else. The more complicated it is, the longer it takes. The more it will cost.
So what do? You start a couple sketches, and then you work from sketch by sketch by sketch when you show to them?
We'll initially make a contact through social media or something and make a call back and forth. And I'll get together what they call a design brief. And they'll say, we want to do a 1928 Pontiac sedan. We want to put a Jaguar V12 engine in it. We want to have custom interior. We want to incorporate elements of this, that, and the other. And I'll get a big, long list and try to make it as detailed as possible. Like, do you have particular taste in wheels, color? And that stuff can come later, but it's always part of the whole. The color, wheels, every form that's in a car should be considered early on. And from that, I'll make some initial pencil sketches to see if we're going down the right road. customer will get back to me and say, I like this, I don't like that. We'll make some modifications. Then we'll proceed to a rendering. I'll do a more detailed drawing, put some color in it, and then they'll be able to see in a little more detail what it's like. And they can stop right there if they want and just use that as a go-by for a build. You know, they can give it to a fabricator and he can get a good idea what it should look like in the end. Or if they want to do a more finished rendering, which is what I like to do because that's just what I like to do. And you can carry it out that way and make it look very real.
Right. So you've been designing cars for how long now?
As far as like a salesy type of thing
Yeah.
where people contact me, for about 10 years.
Okay, so what was your favorite automobile design?
That I did, or just in the automotive world?
That
I did?
Yeah.
There's one, I'll show you a slide of it here. It's called the V12 Super Rod. It's got a transverse mounted V12 engine and a 1936 Ford pickup truck body.
What's the best design thing that you own?
Probably my digital camera.
Your digital camera?
It does so much. It's
Uh-huh.
amazing.
We have Tim Timmerman from Minerva, Ohio, in his, what is that, 70?
1970 Chevy Nova.
Looks pretty good.
Thank you.
What have you done to her?
Motor work, brand new interior, a lot of buff jobs, new set of rims, headers, 3-inch exhaust, stainless steel all the way back. It's been a labor of love.
Yeah, how long have you owned her?
About 4 years.
Looks nice.
Thank you.
Is this the stock color?
Yes.
What is this?
Hugger orange.
Hugger orange,
Yes.
okay. Looks good.
Thank
Looks
you very
good.
much.
And you drove it, how'd it ride for you coming down here?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not a bad drive down. It's probably about 40 minutes from my house, but it's loud and you can get in trouble in it real quick.
Oh yeah, that's the fun part. You just got to keep it under the speed limit, you know.
Yeah.
Some of the roads I was on today were like 70 mile an hour. Go up to about 75, you're okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
How often have you come down to the Super Cruise?
I've been coming down here for probably 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, nice event when it doesn't rain.
Yes,
Huh?
it's even nice when it does rain.
Yeah, yeah.
Better than sitting home.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Hey Tim, thanks for sharing your car with us.
You're very welcome.
Okay, enjoy. with me I have Ralph Trimgazy, the caretaker of this 1963 Chevy Impala, R code, fast as heck.
It's a Z11 lightweight that Chevrolet built 55 of them in '63. This is the first car built that Chevy put out in the race circuit that won all the events. Bill Grumpy Jenkins built the drivetrain and everything of it, and Dave Strickler was the original driver of it. So before Grumpy passed away in 2012, Don Fazell owned it in his car collection. He was the last one to put his hands on this car.
What a nice car, what a nice car. This come like this from the factory. And what are some of the factory specs on it? Like what makes it so special?
What was unique was it was a 409 punched out. It was called the Z11 Mystery Motor. It was a 427 that Chevrolet built. It had all aluminum fenders, aluminum hood as you could see underneath, aluminum hinges, bracketry, aluminum water pump, just to lightweight the front end so they would win in the events. And then later on, as you know, Ford came out with their lightweight.
Right.
But this was the record holder for years, this car here. We still even have Grumpy Jenkins, one of his original race hats that he used to wear.
If you grew up, if you're about my age, I'll be 65 shortly here. This was the big thing. Well,
Yes.
That's what we watched on, what was it, the ABC Wide World of Sports all
Yes.
the time. That's what we watched the drag racing on.
This
and
car
Grumpy
started it
Jenkins.
all.
Yeah.
These cars, then you had the Mopar lightweights come out, but the Chevrolet was the, what do you say, the Mac Daddy of
Right,
winnings.
all right. And Grumpy Jenkins was the king.
Yes.
He was the king.
Here's the original window sticker when it went to Armin Smith Chevrolet when it was delivered.
$4,000.
It was 4,000 bucks then. Here's all the original window stickers that stayed in the car all these years. Grumpy Jenkins put this on in '63, and it's never been removed,
Oh,
even when
okay.
it was
still
repainted.
This is nice. This is really nice.
It's a piece of race history. It's where it all started.
It's worth a lot of money.
This is a Courtney Force 2016 Copo Camaro in red. It was designed by Courtney Force. It was in SEMA, and it was purchased from Barrett Jackson. Mr. Flynn's a big advocate of charities, so it was for United Way.
This is what, number one?
This is VIN 1
VIN
that
1.
was built. It's the
Okay.
only one in this configuration.
What are we sporting under the hood there?
And then it's a 350 supercharged, pushing almost 1,000 horsepower. The fastest time we got out of it with a stock GM tune is it ran an 853
Which would
at
be
Quaker
how-
City Dragway
Which
right
would
here
be
in Salem.
Miles per hour. How's that?
It ran 158 mile an hour
Wow. A quarter mile.
and quarter mile.
This is
yes.
basically factory. It's all
It's a
stock.
factory built by Chevrolet.
Uh-huh.
Now this was the new one in 16. We have one that's a 14. And there's a
Okay.
300-pound difference when they went to the Alpha chassis in 16.
So this one's heavier.
This was the heavier car, 14, and this car could run in the 830s, but we keep it around 850 because of certification.
okay. These are not street legal, right?
Not street legal.
Okay.
Just like our Ford Cobra jets we have, they're built by Ford, so everything is for race only.
Numbers
16.
make a big difference when one day you go to sell them, right?
For collectability and so forth like that, and race history, yes.
I would say old reliable, especially number one, number 55.
yes.
And with Grumpy Jenkins driving that thing and building it, that thing's what a beauty.
Yeah.
We hung out today in Salem, Ohio at the Super Cruise in downtown Salem.
This is not one parking lot. This is 20 parking lots. It's all the way down
All over.
Salem. It's huge.
Yeah,
It's huge. I mean, we could never cover everything at once.
Starts on a Thursday, ends on a Sunday, and
It is just, it's spectacular. We got a little rain today. Thursday and Friday were gorgeous, and of course we're here and it's raining,
last
but
time
that's
we
the
were
way.
here, it was raining too, so.
But how about, you had the Corvette,
oh yeah,
that was, and then of course that's 63 power.
yeah, the
Super
old
sport.
reliable.
Old reliable.
Grumpy Jenkins old car.
Something you're not going to see.
If you're an older fella like me, growing up, Grumpy Jenkins was the king of racing. NRA, he was the king.
And he had his signature hats, which
yeah.
was sitting right on the dashboard.
Yeah, we should have took that and sold it on eBay for a couple bucks. This is Grumpy Jenkins.
Well, don't go in my trunk of my car. Well, you know, we had a good time down
Yes,
here.
we
We do
did.
have some more. We've got our show coming up in July. and we got more coming through this season.
Yeah, so we have a nice schedule lined up for you, and we're just enjoying the heck out of ourselves. And if you want to see some of our older episodes,
Armstrong Street Scene, look that up on YouTube.
Yeah.
We have about 40 shows from the last 3 years, and there's a lot of cars that you are not going to see twice.
right.
On that.
What was our biggest show, hits wise? We got the Barn
Yeah, of
Find.
all the Barn Find, we did a street scene with John Mansell Collection out of New Wilmington.
New Wilmington.
And for some reason that took off, and we got
It took
a
off
lot.
worldwide.
And
We got-
and it was just huge.
We got, I was checking the other day, over 35,500 hits on that.
Yeah, and for
Oh.
for a street scene, that's a lot.
That's a heck of a
you
lot.
know. So
And,
so go into YouTube, check out Armstrong Street Scene, and check out our old shows while you're watching our new ones on the other TV.
any comment or any questions about the show? Give us a call.
Yep, just email channel20@agoc.com if you got want to just talk about your car or anything like that. We'll forward it to Rick, and maybe we'll take some viewer emails too at one point.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your suggestions. Anything, if it's good or bad.
Yep.
But the bad ones don't. No, they're good. That doesn't matter. Sometimes we're not that good. Sometimes we're very good.
Yep.
But you usually never hear about the very good stuff. You always hear about the bad stuff.
You know, that's
terrible.
normally what happens, but that's okay too.
For Greg Roden, I'm Rick Guerrera.
We'll see you down the road.